Welcome back. Class 2 of the day on Monday, April 27th. Another cold and rainy April day. At least I know with all this rain that we're going to get some nice flowers later on in the month. Or next month in May. So I hope you're all ready to do a little bit of a workout today. In the first class, we focused on kicking. And we'll continue that a little bit today, working on exercising our legs. That means I get 2 kicking workouts today. Also, in the first class today, we talked about a couple of important lessons. And in every karate class, I want you to remember there are some lessons that you should be learning besides the moves. Yes, the moves in martial arts are important. But you know what? If you're doing things right, you probably never have to use those moves. I sure hope I never have to use a side kick or a front punch or anything like that. But you know what I do every day? I use focus, I use self-control, I practice respect. All those other lessons that we talk about in our classes to help us train better, those are things that we will use every day and in every place that we go. Anyway, if you're getting here early or you're watching this video after it's been recorded, you know that a few minutes for other friends to join in. So I'm just going to start loosening up a little bit, and you can do the same. If you're here now waiting for class to start before we bow in, as always, start by loosening your body up. Get yourself ready for class. We won't need a lot of equipment today. We're going to review some of your moves. We're going to practice some kicks. And all you really need is a chair or something else that you can lean on. Maybe the wall, maybe a couch, maybe a parent. And if you want to have a few stuffed animals or some pillows around, you can use those too. So start loosening your body up. Hey, Stephanie, welcome to class. You know what, since you're here, we'll probably make sure we do our 2 pinion a little bit today. We'll go over 1 pinion and 2 pinion. And you know, I've mentioned it before, if you are interested in having a private class online, you let me know. And I will be happy to log on to Zoom with you and go over 2 pinion with you that way. For the rest of you, anybody else watching this video, that's true for everybody. Sensei Dave is here to help you practice. And if you need me to get online with you for 15 or 20 minutes to go over some of your stuff, boy, I'm happy to do it. All right, I'm going to loosen up. We've got maybe 2 more minutes before we officially start class. So you start swinging your arms and legs around, right? Get your body moving in whatever way you want. Just make sure that every part of you gets to move, right? I'm not just going to warm up by moving my hand. I've got to move everything. I got to bend my elbows, bend my shoulders, my neck, my hips and my back, my legs, right? Knees and hips, toes and fingers, everything. Every part of you needs to move to get you warm. And I want you feeling super loose and super ready. So when we do our kicks, we are going to get the best practice we can get. Sometimes what you do before you work is just as important, maybe even more important than the work you're going to do. I can tell that. You know, there are days when I am better at preparing. If I'm getting myself ready to do something, I usually do a better job at whatever I'm trying to do than if I just jump right into it without getting ready. I mean, when it comes to exercise, the warm-up is the way we get ready, right? We move our bodies around, and we try to get them loose. And I can do any of the moves that you know how to do in class, right? These are my blocks. Maybe you can do my blocks with my hands open, right? You can do some kicks, nice and easy, trying to get loose. Always the warm-up is done loose and relaxed. So if you watched the first class this morning, this is pretty similar to what we did. Just moving around, in and up. In fact, what you could do is go through some of your kata as your warm-up. I'm going to do 2 pinion. Ooh. This is just loosening up. And if you might notice, I'm wearing a new microphone today. I have to be careful not to bump it with my arms when I do my moves. That's 2 pinion. All right, we about ready. This will be a relatively short class. I don't think we'll go more than a half an hour. But if you were here for the first class, you might remember that the first lesson of the day was something called intensity. And that's what I want to talk about with you. Intensity. What does that mean, to be intense or to have intensity? Well, it means that you take some normal thing that you're doing and you add more energy and focus to it. Right? If you were here for the first class, I talked about light. The sun shines light down on the earth, and it's warm, and it feels good. It makes plants grow, right? But if you took all that light and you could focus it down into one place, you know what you'd have? You'd have a laser beam. And you know what a laser beam does? It's light, but it's focused, and it's intense, and it will burn things. It starts a fire. It has a lot of energy. Well, if you can be like a laser beam, think of the energy and the work you could get done. I don't want you to light anything on fire, but in a way, you could be the best version of you could be by being more intense. Do you have to be intense all the time? No, but when there's something you really want to do and that you want to do well, or you want to give you a lot of benefit, being intense is a way to make it even better. All right, let's start class. Show me front position. Knowledge in the mind, honesty in the heart, strength in the body, and bow. All right, so now for the warm-up, right? We're going to start with some kicks since that's what we're focusing on today. Our focus is moving our legs. So I want you to start with a right hand out, right foot leg lift. Now I say lift on purpose. I'm not swinging my leg up as fast as I can or as hard as I can. I'm trying to lift my toes to my hand. Let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, just like that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch legs. 1, 2, 3. I like to hold my other hand up. 4, 5. Sometimes I forget. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then let's do some easy side kicks. I'm just going to push my leg out 10 times to the side. A light side kick. I'm not trying to kick as hard as I can, right? Go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't want me to count all of them, do you? 9, 10, and switch legs. Now remember, when you're warming up, not trying to do the hardest kick, I mentioned intensity. Should your warm-up be intense? Maybe. It doesn't have to be as intense as your work, right? Well, this is the getting ready part. I'll tell you what I am doing when I'm warming up is I'm starting to get intense. I'm getting more focused. If I said that intensity means more focus and more energy, well, warming up is a way of starting to add focus and energy to what you're doing. So how do we add energy to our side kick? Well, we move faster. We kick with more power. How do we add focus? Well, in this case, we look and we get kind of determined. You know what that means, determined? You can tell, I know those of you who see me in class, when Sensei's determined, he makes a different face. Do you have a determined face? It's the face that you make when you really mean business. So when you want to be intense, that's what you do. Whew. Let's get in our horse stance. So now we can ramp up the intensity. Get down low. Make your focused face. Put your hands back at your side, and let's start with a straight punch. Okay, let's do 10 of them. 1, 2, 3. Now, are you doing this with a little more intensity? 5. Wait a minute, Sensei. What comes after 3? I skipped 4. Ready? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. All right, shake them out. Getting more intense as we get warmer. I add more focus and more energy to what I'm doing. Now, let's do some blocks. I'm going to get down to my horse stance, maybe a little lower now because I'm more focused. Outward block, okay? So you circle your hand to the outside, circle your hand to the outside. Each time I say go, you do one block, okay? Always the out block. Ready? Go. 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 Here's a slow motion version. See how the hand goes up the outside? And then when the block is there, this hand is going back at the same time. So both arms move together. See this? Look, rub it up the outside and then pull this one back at the same time. You come out. Okay? Go. 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 Are you getting more intense? Go. More focus? Go. More energy? Go. Okay, take a break. You know, when I say more energy, that can mean different things. More energy could mean going faster. It could mean more strength. It could mean tightening your muscles harder, which could look like you're going slower. If I do those blocks, let's say we do the inward block now, right? But now when we do the inward block, we are going to squeeze our muscles really tight while we do that move. And I want you to think of that like you're trying to push your arm through Jell-O. Like the whole room is full of Jell-O and I've got to and push my arm through it. That sounds like fun. Room full of Jell-O. Get down in your horse stance. So your hand starts up here and then it swings in. But tighten your muscles, squeeze so you move slow. And if you were trying to push your arm through a room full of Jell-O, it would be hard to move, wouldn't it? So you've got to imagine that. Do you think you'd be intense trying to push your arm like that? You sure would. Right? Let's do it. 1. Squeeze the muscles. See, when I get intense, I make a different face. Sometimes I growl or make a noise. You don't have to, but if it helps you, you can do it. Ready? Bring that other arm up. Go. Squeeze into my arm muscles. Go. Squeeze in. And remember, just like the other block, when I block with this arm, the other one is pulling back. Right? Go. Tighten your muscles. Ooh. Go. Squeeze. Go. See how I'm breathing out? Go. That growl is another way of breathing. Go. One more time. Go. Okay, take a break. Another way in a karate class, and in fact, every martial art I've ever seen, the intensity can sometimes be shown with a loud yell. Now, I have a microphone on, and I'm not going to yell at the top of my lungs because that would be super loud for you. But when you do a move, a block, a punch, or a kick, or any move you want to add some intensity to, you can do a loud yell, even louder than what I just did. I just don't want to hurt your ears. So let's try this. We'll do the upward block, but this time we'll move faster, and we'll do a yell with the block, and we're going to use the yell. Do you remember what we call that yell? If you said ki, you were right. We do our ki loud and sharp. So it gives us more, what's the word again? Intensity. Here we go. Horse stance. Hands back. So we go up. But remember, we're going fast and we're doing our yell. I'm going to do my yell a little quieter, but you can do your yell pretty loud. Unless you're right next to your mom or dad or somebody. Right? Here we go. Upward block. Just take a look at what my block looks like. Can you make your block look like mine? It's not flat like this. It's kind of tilted like that. Ready? I'll say up. Ready? Up. Huh. There's my ki, right? Up. Kia. Now, what sound you make when you do the ki is up to you. We sometimes say hut, or sometimes you can say kia, or you can say a different sound. But whatever you do, make it loud. All right, here we go. Up. Hiya. Up. Hiya. Up. Hiya. Up. Hiya. See how I switch? So now I'm going to go fast. Up. Hiya. Up. Hiya. 2 more. Up. Hiya. 1 more. Up. Hiya. All right, take a... Whew. So, We can be intense by squeezing our muscles harder, tightening and tensing. That can feel intense. We can move faster with a loud yell. That can be intense, okay? Or we can put lots and lots of focus on what we're doing, and that can make us more intense. If you're really concentrating on something, you might not be moving much at all. Well, that's intense too. Do you think about a time when you had to concentrate really hard on something? I can think of lots of times. Sometimes I was concentrating on something that was hard for my body to do, that was hard work, like staying in a horse stance. Not only was I concentrating, but my body was feeling the work. Other times, I had to concentrate when I was reading something that was hard to understand. And I had to look at it over and over again, and I had to keep my mind thinking about what I was doing. And in those times, my body wasn't doing much, but boy, my brain was working hard. And you can have intensity when you're concentrating too. Think about it. If I'm reading a book and I read 2 sentences and then I go, oh well, this is hard, and I walk away, nope. But if I read it and I say, oh, this is hard, and I think a little harder, and I focus and I read, maybe I look up, and then I go back and I read it again, and I think about what I read, and then I think about it some more, and then I look up and I think about it some more, and I just keep doing that, right? And I have that same look of concentration on my face. That is another kind of intensity. Okay, let's work on some kicks. We said we're going to work on kicks today. So we're going to try some intensity in our kicks. We can try all the different kinds of intensity I just talked about. So pull up your chair or your wall or your mom or dad or whatever you're going to lean on. And we're going to try to practice the moves. We did these moves last week, but now let's see if we can add some intensity to them, okay? So I'm going to pick my knee up nice and high, and let's start with the side kick. So how could we make this intense? Well, we can go faster and move with more power. We could go slower and squeeze our muscles harder. We could focus on doing each kick perfectly. I don't know if we can put all those 3 of those together. Tightening our muscles and going slow doesn't work together with going fast. But making our muscles stronger and going fast, that does. All right, here we go. So we're going to do the side kick. Remember, turn your foot in, lift your knee up high, tilt your body, and then push. So let's do the slow muscle squeezing first. I'm going to push this leg out, and I'm going to squeeze the muscles of my leg while it's out there, and then I'm going to pull them back and put them down. Whew. Boy, that was intense. I could feel it. It was hard work. Let's do 5 of those on this leg, okay? So, are you leaning on something? Doesn't have to be a chair. It could be the wall, right? Remember, whatever I'm leaning on, I turn my foot in. Pick that knee up and push. Squeezing those muscles, pull them in and put them down. Keeping my leg high. That's 1. Here we go. 2, lift, push, in and down. That's 3. Oh, no, wait a minute. Was that 3? Here we go. Lift, push. I'm concentrating so hard on my kicks, I'm forgetting what number I am on. 1 more time. Ready? Lift, tilt, push. Squeeze those leg muscles. Try to hold that leg as high as you can. Pull it back in and put it down. Whew. And what I'm working on there is keeping my knee as high as I can the whole time. Boy, that's hard work. But you know what we say about hard work? What do you say about hard work? Did you say it's hard? Hard work makes us grow. It makes us grow stronger. It might make us grow smarter, right? But whatever we're doing, if we work hard, we will grow. Do you want to grow, right? You didn't come to karate class to get to shrink. I didn't think so. Here we go. So lift that knee up. Here we go. Tilt your body and push. And then pull it back. Here I made that noise, right? I made that growling sound because it makes me feel like I'm being more intense. You don't have to make the noise, but remember the face, the feeling inside of being intense, working hard. Ready? This is number 2. Push that leg up nice and high. And then bring it back and set it down. Whew, I can feel my muscles working hard. Lift it up. Push. I'm looking at my foot, too, to concentrate on what I'm doing. I'm pulling it in, keeping that knee up. Put it down. Let's do 2 more. Lift. Push it high. Oh, my gosh. Pull it back and down. Boy, Sensei Dave needs this. I need to make my legs stronger. Don't you? Do you need to make your legs stronger? Well, if you want to be a black belt, or if you just want to have strong legs, I would say yes. Here we go. Lift up high, last kick, and push. Let's see if I can get this one the highest one yet. Oh my gosh. And then pull it back and set it down. Nice work. Now, you know, when you're working hard like this and you're trying to be intense, you don't always have to do it on your own. You can have help. I can think of 2 ways that you could have help. Let's switch sides, by the way. One way is to have another person actually helping you lift your leg higher. You know, as you get out there, you push it out, and maybe there's a person down there very nicely helping you get a couple extra inches out of your lift. That's one way. Another way you can get good help is by having people who set a good example for you. Find a good coach, a good teacher, or another student who does the things that you want to do the way you want to do them, and say, that's the person I'm going to follow. So when they do something awesome with intensity and focus, you say, I'm going to be like that, right? Good leaders. Okay, let's try a roundhouse kick now. So now we pick that leg up, we grab our foot, we pull it back. Now, you know, this is the helping version where I'm using my own hand to help me. Later on, as you get better at this, we do it without that help. So we're using other kinds of help right now, a chair, my hand. Later on, we could do it without that. No chair, no hand. When we're ready for that, we'll go to it. Maybe you're ready for it today. You can try if you want. So remember, roundhouse kick, sorry. We turn our foot. We lift our knee tilted to the side. We pull that knee way back, and then we straighten the leg out, then we bend it again. So let's do a different kind of intensity now. Let's go fast. We still want to be correct. Don't mess it up. But try to go as fast as you can correctly. So it would look something like this, right? 1. See how I did all of it in one move? I lifted my knee, I pointed my knee, and then I did the kick, and I pulled it back, and then I put it down all together. I had to have all the parts correct in order to do that fast. So you try fast, but make sure you're still correct at the same time. If you feel yourself making a mistake, what do? If you said slow down, you were right. I agree with you. Here we go. We'll do 5 roundhouse kicks. 1. And then back. 2. See how I put it all together? 3. 4. I'm still trying to hold my leg up as high as I can. 5. Whew. Let's switch sides. Now remember, I've been saying this all week. I said it all last week. You always have one side that's not as good as the other. That's okay. But work that leg harder, okay? This is my leg that's not as good. I'm going to work it even harder. I'm going to focus a little more. I'm going to be more intense when I use this leg. Here we go. 1, lift it, kick. That also means I probably am going a little slower on this side. 2, see, I'm taking my time a little more. 3, didn't we say concentrating is a way to be intense? 4, and 5. Okay, whew. Nice job. All right, oops, let me put that chair out of the way. Okay, now let's do intensity a different way. I'm going to do 2 pinion. If you know how to do 2 pinion or 1 pinion, I want you to do it, but I'm going to do it twice. One way I'm going to do it, I'm going to show you what it looks like with intensity, and the other way I'm going to do it will not have intensity, all right? And your job is to try to pick out which one it is. Okay, now you're going to do it too, right? 1 pinion or 2 pinion, or if anybody's watching who knows Dragon Form 1 or Dragon Form 2, or right, you're going to do the Dragon Form. But let's see, you get to work on your own here, right? My task, my challenge to you is to be more intense than Sensei Dave is. Okay? Oh, right, I'm going to show you 2 examples. Well, I'll tell you what, let's do this. I'm going to do just the first couple moves of 2 pinion twice, right? You watch, right? And then you tell me which one's more intense, the first one or the second one. You can even put it in the comments. Ask mom or dad to type it in there. Say, oh, number 1, Sensei, or number 2. All right, you ready? Don't worry, it won't be hard to tell. All right, first example of 2 pinion, just the first couple moves. Is this the intense version or the not intense version? Here we go. Okay, That's version number 1. Here's version number 2. Hey! All right. Which one of those is more intense? The first one or the second one? I know you know the answer. So here's what I want you to do. You try your 1 pinion or your 2 pinion, or you know what? Make up some stuff, and you do it, though, with the same kind of intensity as I did, or even more. I'm going to do 2 pinion, and I'm going to be intense. I'm going to focus, concentrate on what I'm doing, move with power, move with purpose, right? That's going to make me, and more energy, that's going to make me more intense. Here we go. Hiya! Uh-oh. Gonna run out of room. Hey! If you're not done yet, that's okay. I want you to look at my eyes. Do I look different? Do I look intense? I look focused. I feel focused. I can feel it on the inside. I just did that move with a lot of strength, power, energy, not just moving my body around fast and hard, but by concentrating with my mind on what I was doing. You kind of have this feeling. It's not angry. I don't want you to think like it's like being angry. That's different, but it's a similar feeling. It's like it's determination. That's what that intensity does, right? When a person is intense, you can see it in their eyes. And I want you to learn how to do that same thing when you need it. Because, as I said at the beginning, do you have to be intense all the time? Do you eat dinner with intensity? Oh, thanks for the spaghetti, Mom. No. Maybe ice cream. Once in a while. Intensity is something that you should be able to turn on when you need it and turn off when you're done with it. A lot of things we do in karate class are like that. All right, I'm going to step back. So here's what I want you to do for the rest of the week. Okay, obviously I'll be back to do some more classes on Wednesday and on Friday. But as I've said before, the more you practice, the faster you get better. So don't just wait for Sensei Dave to come on to Facebook and put a video on and broadcast it into your home. Find time to do practice when you're not watching me, and you will get better faster. Practice with intensity, and you'll get better even faster. So here's your homework. Now, before you get too afraid of the word homework, we just did 2 pinion. I did it 1 time through. That form, to do that whole thing, took me less than 30 seconds. So here's your homework. Stephanie, I want you to do 2 pinion at least 1 time each day between now and the next time we do karate. So if you're coming back on Wednesday, that just means you have to do it again tomorrow, right? But if you can do it more than 1 time each day, that's even better. But I'm just asking for 1. If you think you can do it, take a video of yourself doing it and send it to me on Facebook. I'd love to see it. Okay, if your parents are okay with that. You don't have to do it if it's not okay for them. All right, let's finish up class. After I'm done today, I'm going to come back on in a few minutes, and we're going to do another story. Last week, we did a story called Cool Beans. This week, I have a story about an egg. Front position, knowledge in the mind, honesty in the heart, strength in the body, and bow. I'll see you all very soon for story time. Hope to see you there.